ain't gonna be on here long, but we are going to, in today's video, let's discuss how to bathe in this. How to bathe in cocoa butter, whether it's Palmer's, whether it's Dax, whether it's another brand, or whether it's refined or unrefined and comes in a block. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? I was talking about how to get the smoothest, softest skin for fall and winter, because we're in the middle of fall, and ashiness is a real thing and you really need to look out for it. Let me go ahead and get this brighter, because in order for us to succeed, we need to be getting this brighter. Hold on. And we do need to do that. Okay, we're good, but need to be brighter. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure y'all could see me efficiently so we can get up in here. So the reason why I wanted to discuss comes from the previous live stream, and I think I will link it at the end of this one as soon as I'm allowed, but I'm also first and foremost going to put it on the community tab. So the first thing, let's get comfortable. So the first thing that comes to using cocoa butter and moisturizing with that, I'm going to teach you how to bathe in it. The first step to remember is you need a good jar, a good thick jar of cocoa butter. It's going to make it stretch, and I'm going to teach you how to stretch the cocoa butter. This one is 9.5 ounces. If you can get something almost 10 ounces or just under, just really, really close, that'll be perfect for you. You could definitely make it stretch. I'm also going to show you some application methods, whether you're using nails that's done or they're not done, your natural nails. You can still win. So fall is a time in which your skin is prone to ashiness. So if you're new here, I do demonstrations. I do demonstrations. Hello, footballer. We're discussing how to bathe in cocoa butter. I'm doing well. Hopefully you are doing well also. So we're going to get into this. I've had this jar roughly for about probably 4 to 5 years. Probably has crossed the 5-year mark, or it's about to. I looked at my Amazon Prime, and I'm just not my Prime. I just looked at my Amazon orders, and I seen it a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Anali. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Andrew, we don't do negativity here, baby. I love my nose. We just had a whole live about that, and that turned into a whole brave girl discussion about how you need to learn to love yourself. And one side of a person that don't is going out, a person that's going on and trying to pick at folks. So, hey, we not doing that. Anali. Okay, thank you. I also got a story about how it's been about a month ago I shared it about this, how this lady mispronounced 9 names. So that's just letting you know that people can mispronounce the most common names in the world. They can. Ooh, it's out of season. It's probably from Walmart. Not entirely sure. But it's fitting for the fall. I almost got rid of it, and I'm glad I haven't, because I woke up this morning and I'm just like, it's so cold. But let's stay on topic here. So I'm teaching you how to bathe in cocoa butter. Cocoa butter has about 1 or 2 really good foundations. So its base is primarily made out of beeswax or carnauba, some type of wax. And it comes in block. Like, you ever seen them shea butter blocks? Yeah, like that. So I've been using cocoa butter for the better part of my life, nearly half my life, since I was a teenager. So it's probably been almost 20 years since I've been using it. Cocoa butter will never fail you. You can get those high-end body lotions. I ain't got no shade towards, I have nothing against high-end lotions. That's fine. But maybe you don't have a chance to restock it, or maybe you just don't feel like dipping in the expensive lotion you got. If you got cocoa butter, you got the best of them all, in my personal opinion. Hmm. Now, I done taught y'all a couple months ago. I have a video up where I should teach y'all how to use it, the basics, but I ain't taught y'all how to bathe in it. Before you bathe in your cocoa butter, I'm gonna need you to bathe. That's not a joke. That's not a joke. Um, Shower or bathe. If you're concerned about showering, how to shower or bathe in the winter months, I got that on the community tab already. You don't have to scroll far for it. So catch it while you can, because that is a real concern. Like, what do I do? It's cold. I don't want to step in the tub. I don't want to step in the shower. You still have to. I just teach you a more effective way where you won't be freezing getting out the shower. You won't be freezing getting out the tub. Shower or bathe. All right, let's address some of these comments really, really quick before we get back on topic here. Why girls hate short guys. Um, I'm what you like to call as far as my height, and I won't reveal my height, but I consider myself to be bite size in the height department. So I like them tall. Just they ain't got the requirement ain't 6 foot. They just have to be taller than me. Okay. Um, Me personally, I don't have anything against a short heighted man. It's just for me, it's the personality. And a couple other things I will not name because I know it when I see it. So the best thing I can give you is Sid, who hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, is to ultimately learn to love yourself, whether you 6 foot, 2 foot, 5 foot, 7 foot, 5 foot 7, 5 foot 9, because somebody gonna love you for who you are, regardless of height, and they probably not gonna even see or even care about it. I've seen it way too many times. There's couples on YouTube, they're like, oh, well, I'm a little bit taller than him, but that's all right. They got the best husband, and he happened to be just a bit shorter than them. I'm just saying, you can still win. You can still win. All right. All right. I am from the United States. I was over a foot taller than my ex. Hey, it happens. It happens. It happens. All right, so we're gonna get back on topic. Maybe we can have that discussion for a Brave Girl chat. Right now, let's tackle the bathing in the coconut butter. Cocoa butter, not coconut butter. So, bathe or shower. That's the requirement, because what you want to do, when you bathe or shower, you want a clean slate for whatever you're about to apply. And in this case, your clean slate is cocoa butter. Okay? You follow me? No? Rewind it back. It's going up on the channel where you can run it back as a replay. How many other times you got to run it back to understand it? That's fine with me. That's fine with me. As long as you get to the point where you understand it. How many other times that takes. So, once you've bathed or showered, what I typically do in my shower routines, and I have a 3-step structure for that, I consider this to be the second stage. That's when you get the cocoa butter. Now, I'm not going to rehash my video where I taught y'all earlier this year that I have up how to use the basics of how to use cocoa butter. What you want to do is just go in there. Get a little bit. You want to work in small increments. Nails or not. So nails aren't a requirement for you to bathe in cocoa butter. Get your little bit of increments. That's roughly about the size of a dime. A dime. Maybe a little larger, maybe closer to the nickel coin 5 cents. Dime to nickel ratio. You want to work in small increments with cocoa butter because, one, it's already very greasy. And if it comes in a beeswax foundation or another type of wax, carnauba, anything like that, you want to make sure you work in small doses because that stuff gets greasy really quick and it can get out of control really quickly. And you don't want that, especially if you're doing this before bed or before you go head out the door, because you're going to wind up looking like a greasy rotisserie chicken. Do you understand? No? Rewind it back. Okay. Now, smack both your hands together. Here are the areas you want to tackle first before you tackle the rest of your body. And we're talking about bathing in cocoa butter. We passed the basics. This is the next step. You want to smell like the Hershey bar. Then you got to bathe in cocoa butter. Dime to nickel size amount. Work in small increments. I also call this applying in layers. It ensures even distribution of whatever product you're using, even if it's not cocoa butter and it's shea butter, or it's a body lotion or your regular baby lotion, Bath and Body Works, Victoria, don't tell nobody, Secret, whatever it is that you're applying for moisture in the form of a lotion, cream, or whipped body butter or cocoa butter, whatever it is, shea, whatever. Apply it in layers. You're going to see the difference rather than just going in with a large amount. Get those elbows. And I'm going to show you as I tell you. This is show and tell. Elbows are the most prone to ashiness, especially now. Especially in the fall. You do not want nobody sliding past you that probably they don't know you. They are strangers, so they just, they ask you. They going to tell you any kind of way. However, I'm telling you because I love you. I'm not going to coddle you, but I'm also going to tell you very directly in a loving way. Take care of them elbows before you leave out the house, baby. Please. Get them elbows. And we can't forget the other one. Elbows is the number one area. Now you want to know another area that's prone to it, even though you're wearing long pants? Them kneecaps. I don't show them often. As you can see, I wear long pants all the time. So I already did that yesterday. So I'm good. But do them kneecaps either first or the elbows first and then come to the kneecaps. Kneecaps also are prone to, you ever see somebody with ashy kneecaps? I'm not even throwing shade or making fun. It just, you really have a real great concern, like, do they not see this? Maybe they were in a hurry. Like all of this, like I have legitimate concerns. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not. M.E. Victoria, don't tell nobody. That is not my line. So I credit and I credit to exactly where that comes from. John Witherspoon, the comedian. So that's not my line at all. I just say it as a joke. But yeah. Anywho, elbows, kneecaps, hands. Would you believe hands are prone to ashiness? Specifically in between your fingers, you want to get each and every crevice. Even here, I've seen where the ashiness shows up a great deal in this particular. Maybe they'll get the other areas of index, middle, all the other stuff, but they'll forget here. Then you want to get your palms, get in there. Those cracks and crevices that make up your palm markings, whatever they want to call them. I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not a medical professional. I don't know why I be getting this far and don't be giving y'all the disclaimer. Get in there. Then another area prone to ashiness, especially during the fall and winter, get those feet. You ever seen your feet, specifically in the winter time, it starts peeling off and you start to see those areas where it's peeling off. It's shedding skin to reveal the new layer. As you're waiting for that, in case that ain't started yet, get them feet too. And since at this point, I'm assuming you've already showered, I'm assuming you've already taken a bath, one or the other, either or both. Get in between those toes. Have a good soak and put it on. The heel accumulates ashiness. A great concern. I'm not even trying to be funny. I've seen the ashiest of feet and it, mine included. Cocoa butter gonna nip that in the bud. Get all of that in between the toes. Get it all. Now, I'm going to repeat that real quick before we head to the next step. Fresh out the shower, fresh out the bath. Get them elbows. Get them kneecaps. Get in between them hands and between there, specifically here, where the thumb and the index finger join together. And then get them feet in between them toes, specifically. Okay. Now, after you're done with that, you can choose wherever else you want to move. Meaning that from this point on, I would heavily suggest, but you can do what you want to do. Once you get those areas first out the way by applying your cocoa butter and bathing in it, because this is how I used to do it. You want to get them arms. You've already gotten this area, so it's taken care of. You just go ahead and begin to apply on the areas that you specifically and deliberately missed on purpose. So that way, you are joining each section together to cover your entire body. And in case you don't understand the explanation, please rewind this back as many times as you need to. Now we got the elbow and the arms. Now I have a shirt on, but you go ahead and get the rest of it running up to the shoulder. You want to get your neck as well. Chest, fresh out the shower and the bath. Now you can go ahead, ladies, you can get your stuff together, your girls together. Stomach, get the navel. Inside your navel, your stomach, your navel. Yeah, here's what you want to do. You want to get the smallest amount of size, like this. Put that directly in your navel. Rub it together a little bit, or use a finger, put it in there, or use a Q-tip to get in your navel. You'd be surprised how much debris gathers in your navel. Alone, we can even talk about the rest of the body. You would be greatly surprised and probably greatly disturbed. And you'll find that if you don't put moisture in there, you can use a Q-tip if you're concerned. Dip it, use the Q-tip. That's the most sanitary in case you don't want to do it with your nails. But my hands stay in soap all the time. How much it dries up, the skin dries up in there in your navel, whatever you want to call it, belly button. Okay. The crust that's in there is just like, okay. So I'm once I noticed that a while ago, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay putting lotion in there. I'm gonna just stay putting body butter in there. I'm gonna just stay putting everything in there. Oils specifically, you want something oily to go in your navel, in your navel, whatever you're going to call it, belly button. Please do that. Start working up here to the shoulders. Definitely get your neck, get your chest, ladies, stomach, belly button. Now, this tip is for the ladies. When you get past the belly button and your stomach, you done glossed that up, and you done did your back and your shoulders and the shoulder blade. Now that you might have to have someone to help you with it. If not, then you just gonna have to do it this way, do it this way, and do it this way, and do it this way, and do it yourself. When it comes to your lady parts, I am not a medical professional, but I will say this. Don't you put cocoa butter in your flour. Don't do that. Don't put nothing inside nothing. Do you understand me? Don't put nothing inside nothing. Okay? Here's what you want to do. You put it everywhere else but that area. Whether you have shaved there, or whether you use Nair, or whether you use, what the other one called? Not Nair, Veet. You want to put it on your legs, going all the way down to your feet. Legs, thighs, everywhere else, calves. You're running right across that section, but you want to completely avoid the cocoa butter going in your lady parts. Don't put nothing in nothing. Nothing. Do you understand me? Don't do that. Because first of all, she not made for that. And yes, I called her she. She not made for that. I got a whole nother video on how you can properly deodorize the inside of your lady parts, the inside of your flower. I might put that on the community tab too. I got all kinds of homework I got to put up now. But as far as the cocoa butter, it ain't made for that. You put it on your legs, all the way going down to your ankles and feet. You completely avoid it. As far as your butt is concerned, you can put on the outer portion of your butt, but don't open nothing, okay? This for your butt part. Don't open nothing. Don't put that in there either. Don't put nothing in nothing, front or back. To the gentlemen, don't put nothing in nothing. Don't y'all put nothing down there. And see, yeah, I know y'all probably wonder, how does she know about the men? I don't need to know. I don't need to know. All I know is private parts don't, there's certain things that don't belong. They make stuff for that. They got private feminine wipes. And now I saw in the store I shared a couple months ago, I think it was last year, they got dude wipes for those private for areas for y'all equipment. Don't put that cocoa butter down there. I don't care how bad you want to smell like chocolate yourself, sir. Don't put nothing in nothing. Do you understand me? You could put it on your bottom, on your rear end. You could do that, but don't put nothing in there either. You may not understand what I'm saying, but running the back, you might be hollering laughing. Don't put nothing in nothing. So the same rule applies. That's how it go. I don't need to be a big burly dude to give y'all the same to give y'all the exact same hygiene tips. Don't put nothing in nothing because it wasn't designed. Cocoa butter ain't designed for that. It's to moisturize the outside. So use everything on your outside extremities. Everything except for eat it and put it in your nose, okay? Okay. Now here's some other uses for bathing in cocoa butter. Now after you've done that, and you done bathed in that cocoa butter, you literally bathe head to toe in it. If you want your hair to smell like it, I would only recommend hair extensions. Braids are perfect. 9 times out of 10 is with synthetic hair. However, if you have human hair bundles, I've seen the boho braids, the bohemian braids, all the other stuff like that, you want to make sure you use the smallest amount as you go as possible, or either just go in with Palmer's has a liquefied version of the cocoa butter. It's literally cocoa butter body oil, just oil. Use that, whether you're using the oil or the jar formation. You want to make sure you're using a little bit at a time. So 2 to 3 drops if you're going the body oil route of cocoa butter, or the smallest amount, literally less than a dime size amount of it. Rub it together in your hands, oil or not. And you want to start from the bottom up the shaft of the hair. Now, if you're putting this in your hair, you need to be careful. You need to make sure you put a leave-in conditioner. I'm also not a licensed cosmetologist, but I've been doing my hair for a very long time, since I was a teenager. So probably also close to 20 years as well. So about the same time I've been using cocoa butter, I've been doing my hair. But I will say this, still check with your cosmetologist. 2 to 3 drops of oil, run that through your hair. That's it, the lightest amount. Sometimes people think that, oh, I can just put on a whole bunch. I won't really smell it. No, you'll be surprised that when you put something in your hair, it'll hold it. It'll hold the smell and the scent of it. Now, if you're still concerned about that, I suggest hair perfumes. And I done talked about how to make your hair smell good, hair perfumes, how to, should you put lotions in your, I already answered that question. And I might actually put that up on the channel as well. So we have how to make your hair smell good. We have should you put lotion in your hair, and feminine hygiene, the how to deodorize the inside of your lady part. So I got some homework to do. I definitely do. Cocoa butter has been my best friend. Now I didn't start with this brand. I started with another brand whose jar was maybe almost half the size of this, and it was red, white, and blue. Literally the patriotic colors. Literally. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but that's the one I used. Had a little bit more longevity as far as smelling good all day. More so than Palmer's, so I was kind of forced and nudged to stick with Palmer's, and I don't believe in wasting it, so that's why I done had this for about 5 years. A good 5 years. But if I ever find that other one, find on Amazon, it costs a grip. You know, they love discontinuing stuff that be real good. Do you hear me? Palmer's. But if you could find the red, white, and blue jar, find it and get it. And get about 2 jars. They're going to last you a long time. I ain't even at the head. This is a little less than half of a jar, and I still have not hit the bottom of the jar yet. and I'm getting plenty of usage out of it. When I bathed in cocoa butter as young as a teenager, I stayed smelling good. I didn't need all that perfume. I didn't need all that fragrance mist, although I still piled on the fragrance mist. I was using Caress Evenly Gorgeous, which is now that shea butter and that gold one, brown sugar one. I didn't need all that extra stuff because it was so packed full of oil. I didn't have an issue with dry skin, and I did it faithfully every fall and every winter, so that when spring rolled around, I barely had dry skin, and that's by the grace of God. Another extra tip, and I think I gave this out last year, and so I won't rehash that video. If you want your lip gloss to last longer, put a little bit, less than a dime size, put a little bit of cocoa butter in your gloss. Then come back and talk to me. That's all. That's all. That's all. So we got how to make the inside of your lady part smell good, hair, how to make your hair smell good, and what was the other one? Should you put lotion in your hair? So this is never goodbye, but it is see you later. I have enjoyed each and every one of you. And until next time, love you all. Appreciate you all.